Hi, my name is Prince Veluchebu, and thank you so much for taking your time to register for this course. I don't know where you heard about the course, but one thing I can assure you is that if you implement every single thing I have taught in this course, you're going to make money. That I can guarantee. It is not possible for you to go through this course and not make at least $100. It is not possible. Why am I so confident? It is because these are things that I have done, I am doing, and it's working for me. Not just for me, I have colleagues, I have friends who are also using the same approach that I'm sharing with you, and it's working perfectly well for them. Of course, the blogging ecosystem is an evolving one. With the emergence of AI, a lot of things are going to be changing almost every day. Okay, so you also need to keep pace, be in the WhatsApp group, ask questions, do your own research. Don't just rely on my knowledge alone. Do your own findings. Then, when it gets confusing, then you can bring it to me and I will help you to get more clarity. Don't be so adamant on relying on my knowledge alone, right? The reason is this: I can make mistake. Okay, I can also say things that are not entirely true out of my personal experience. I will try as much as possible whenever I'm teaching. I try as much as possible not to share my experience alone, but to share experiences that have been validated. All right, I don't try to depend on my experience alone. I try to share on things that are not just working for me alone, but that also works for other people. But if you rely 100% on my knowledge, you may not go that far. Also, do your findings. Go to YouTube, watch videos, try to implement things, try to ask questions and all of that, and you will grow faster with that approach. So like I said before, blogging is not a get rich quick scheme. I don't know where you heard about this course that you joined, but I've always maintained that blogging is not a get rich quick scheme. It is true that you can make a lot of money from blogging, and it is also true that you may not make money from blogging. That is the truth. It is true that you can make a lot of money. And it is also true that you may not make any money from blogging even after doing it for one full year. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just trying to share the reality with you. All right. But I'm here to ensure that I bridge that gap, or I break that gene of not making money from blogging. Okay. That is why you have me. So for you to make money from blogging, you need to play the long term goal, especially if you don't have a lot of money to invest. So, I'm going to give you a strategy, a roadmap that can help you to make money within a short period of time. And when I say short period of time, I'm saying in 6 months. Play the long term goal. For me, if I start a new project, I give it at least a year to determine whether or not I am succeeding in that project or not. I don't determine in a month. I don't do that. Okay, many people who have failed in their blogging venture, it is simply because they have this: if I don't succeed tomorrow morning, I am starting today. If I don't succeed tomorrow morning, then it is not working. It is true that personally, I have started a blog like today and I made like $100 that same day. It is possible. It is possible. But as a beginner, you don't have the experience that I have. I have tested a lot of things. I have spent a lot of money. I have failed multiple times. I've had a lot of experiences. So those experiences help to guide me in making decisions. You don't have that experience. So I'm going to give you a roadmap for 6 months. 6 months. You can achieve the result before 6 months. You can do it in 3 months. You can do it in 2 months. But I want us to play the long term. Let's take 6 months for as our benchmark. All right. So this is what you need to do. You need to set a long term goal. You need to set a long term goal. Plan ahead. Tell yourself, I want to do this for a year. Let me do it diligently for a year before I can say confidently if blogging is working or not for 1 year. But this roadmap is for 6 months. You can extend it, you can bridge it, it is your choice. But let's work with 6 months. All right. So in 6 months, we're going to set a long-term goal of 6 months. The next thing is to break the goal down. All right. Break down the goal into smaller units. Break down the goal. If you want to achieve anything meaningful, always learn to break it down into smaller units. So for instance, the goal here is to get 15,000 visitors in 6 months. 15,000 people coming to your blog direct from Google in 6 months. If you can achieve that, you can make a lot of money. Now imagine 15,000 people coming into your blog. Even if you decide to just sell something of 1,000 to them, it will be very easy for you to sell to at least maybe 100 to 1,000 people. 15,000 people who are genuinely interested in what you're doing. If they come to your blog, what is the possibility of selling to 1,000 people? It is very high. Why? These people are genuinely interested in your blog. Take for instance, if you visit my blog, if you maybe 15 people who wants to start blogging, visit my blog post that I have written on how to start a blog. Is it possible that I can sell to at least 200 of those people? It is very possible. If I tag the product for say 1,000 naira, I will definitely sell to more than 200 people. And if that happens, that is over 200,000 naira in Nigerian currency. Over 200,000. Okay? So if your content is very good, it's very educative, right? You can even sell to up to 1,000 people. The possibility is there. Why? These people already, they have interest in what you're doing. So even if you decide to sell just a product to them or do an affiliate marketing for them, you will make a lot of money. 15,000 people. 15,000 people. You're selling phones, laptops, and you've written a post on the best phones to buy. The best phone to buy for content creators. And content creators have visited our blog. What is it? You can sell to them. All right. So let's say 15,000 people. The goal is to get 15,000 people to visit your blog in 6 months. In 6 months. You can achieve it in 3 months. I have done it in 3 months, right? You can achieve it in 3 months. You can achieve it in 2 months. Depend on your effort. So if you double the effort, you will get the result faster. But I'm assuming that you're so busy that you'll be doing it as a part-time gig. All right. So the goal is to achieve 15,000 visitors in 6 months. So the next thing you need to do is to ask yourself, what do I need to achieve this? Because it's not just about saying it. What do you need to achieve it? Saying is not the ultimate, but what is it that is required to achieve 15,000 visitors in 6 months? So I'm going to explain everything to you. So let's say 15,000 visitors in 6 months. Now, the next thing is to ask yourself, how many blog posts do I need to achieve this result in 6 months? How many times will I be publishing, maybe a day, in a month, and all of that? So the goal is 15,000, right? Now, if the goal is 15,000 visitors, let's say one post, you're going to target blog posts, content, topics that has 500 search volume with KD, that is keyword difficulty, below 29. But in my book here, I wrote 500 search volume, that is the keyword has 500 search volume. You can revisit the tutorial on keyword research so you understand what I'm saying here. 500 search volume, that is 500 people are searching for that particular keyword every single month, all right? And the keyword difficulty is 15. It could go higher, it could be below 15, all right? But I usually recommend as a beginner, don't go above 29, okay? So, but for here, I said the keyword is 15. The KD is 15. Keyword difficulty, that is the competition, is 15, right? So if, for instance, the people who are searching for that particular keyword is 500 in every month, let's assume that as a beginner, you're getting 200 of those people after writing that blog post. You optimize very well, you're doing the optimization strategies I showed to you, and you're getting 200 people out of 500. Of course, you're not the only person writing on that particular topic. So I can't assume that you're going to get all of them. But I think it is very possible to get 200. All right. You can fall below, but you can also go above that. I have written on a keyword that has the keyword, the search volume is about 700 monthly, but I was getting over 2,000 daily visitors from that same keyword. So those things are just estimates. It could go above that and it could also fall below that. So, but let's assume that the keyword, the search volume is 500 and we have the keyword difficulty is 15. Okay, and we are assuming that you can get up to 200. So which means every month you can at least amass 200 people from 500 people who are searching for that particular keyword. All right. So 200. So which means one blog post will give us 200 visitors. Okay. Now, to get 15,000 visitors in 6 months, this is what we need to do if we are going with the 200 from 500. So 200 times 80 blog posts in 6 months will give us 16,000 visitors in 1 month. So 200, that is, each post is giving us 200 visitors. So which means for us to get 15,000 in 6 months, we need to write at least 80 blog posts. So each of the blog posts should be giving us 200 visitors every single month, right? So that's 80, right? 80 blog posts times 200 each will give us 16,000. I hope you're getting it. You can rewatch this video over and over again so you get the idea. So the 200, each blog post will give us 200 visitors in 1 month. So 200 multiplied by 80 will give us 16,000. And remember, the goal is to achieve 15,000 in 6 months. Okay, so now the next question is to ask yourself is, how many posts do I need to make every single month? How many blog posts? Since I know that I need 80 blog posts in 6 months, or rather in 5 months, because the target is to achieve 15,000 visitors in 6 months. So how many blog posts do I need to make every single month to ensure that by the 5th month I must have gotten 80 blog posts, rather, not 80,000. If I've been saying 80,000, please forgive me. It's 80 blog posts. So how many blog posts do I need to make every month for the next 5 months to ensure that by the 6th month I must have gotten 80 blog posts? So this is what we need to do. We need to say 15 blog posts in a month, right? 15 blog posts for each of the months. So if you multiply 16 multiply by 5, that is 5 months, it will give you 80. Okay, 80, which means every month you need to publish 16 blog posts. Remember, if you need more results, you have to double the effort. So for instance, we've assumed that 16 will give us, we are going to publish 16 blog posts. So if I need more results, I need to publish more. So if you can do 30, 40, 50, 20, it means you're going to get more results following this roadmap. Okay, so 16 blog posts each month in 5 months will give us 80 blog posts. Now, the next thing is to break down the 16 blog posts each month into weeks. How many blog posts will you be publishing every single week? How many will you be publishing every single week? Okay, so since we are going to publish 16 blog posts in every month, we need to do 4 blog posts each week will give us 16 in a month. So our target is to ensure that we publish 4 blog posts every single week. If we achieve that, it means that by the end of the month, you must have written 16 blog posts. You can do below that. You can do below that. But remember, our target is 15,000 visitors in 6 months. 15,000 in 6 months. So if you do this, if you follow this strategy, by the 6th month, your blog post should be getting over 15,000 people coming to the website. Over 15,000. 15,000. Over 15,000. Now, trust me, the 15,000 is just the tips of the iceberg. You can get more than that. You can get more than that. If you follow this approach very well, you can get more than that in 6 months. And like I said before, if you achieve this in 6 months, which you can actually achieve even before 6 months, and even before 6 months, you can start making money from your blog following the monetization strategies I shared with you. So in 6 months, even if you decide to just sell a product to these people coming to your website, because they have interest in what you're talking about, maybe you publish a blog post on how to start a blog, just create a course on how to start a blog, put it there. Put it there. So when they come to read how to start a blog, they will see that you have a course that will take them through all the processes, everything you've tried to explain in the content. They will most likely want to buy the course. And if you're having 15,000 people coming to your website, selling to 200 people should not be a big deal. Why? They already have interest in what you are doing. So this is a strategy you can follow to get good results in no distance time. Remember that the results you get will differ depending on the industry you are, the niche you are, and how skillful you've been able to master everything I have taught. You may not be able to master everything at once if this is your first time. It takes time. As you keep practicing, you keep refining your process. You can also begin to develop your own approach and strategies to get the best results. So I do hope that this has really helped you. And I will see, please, if you have any question, don't forget to ask in the support group, in the chat box. Ask questions and I will do my best to answer you. If you have any concern, if it's something that requires me to jump on a call with you, I'll definitely do it. Like I've always said, the money you're giving me, you're paying for the call, it's not really the main thing for me. I know if you start making 10 million naira right now, there's no way you will not remember me. Not say, this person that taught me blogging. Once in a while, I've had students who always do that. So once in a while, you also see them, they want to show appreciation. You want to tell people about me. I actually bought his program, I got results and all that. But if you don't get results, I won't have the morale, to want to sell the course to other people. Right? So please do well to practice and take it serious. Okay?